I found this season's greeting sign at Walmart. This was at the end of the season of Christmas for 75% off. It was originally $14.99, and I'm going to start by dismantling the bow and this spray from the top. This is only press board, so it did take some of the paper off. So I just took a mini sander and went over the entire board. I started by using Wise Owl Gray Primer. The white would work as well, and I did 2 coats. And this blocked out any of my underlying image. I'm going to be using bird and ephemera tissue paper. This could be found at chalkitupfancy.com. This is by Roy Cycle. And I usually tend to pull it out this time of year. It's very springy with the birds on there. And I'm going to use my 1 hour enamel clear. You could use our varnish as well, and Mod Podge. And I'm going to do this in section. Once my first application of the 1 hour enamel clear, I'm going to use the saran wrap and a brayer, and this is just going to remove any wrinkles and make full contact with my project. The difference I find with the Mod Podge is that the 1 hour enamel clear of the varnish is much thinner. It's a little bit easier to move around, and I just feel that it does give a harder finish at the end. But Mod Podge does work. At this point, I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I just try to get off any excess image. I do like to store some of the excess for future projects. And then you can go ahead and cover with your last coat of your 1 hour enamel clear, or the glue of your choice. Now, if you see any wrinkles or bubbles at this point, usually once the paper dries, I know with the 1 hour enamel clear, it kind of shrinks and it does remove some of these wrinkles while it dries. But take a sanding paper or a block once everything is dry and go around the edges and remove all the excess paper. I had this stencil, I've had this for quite some time. I picked it up at Michael's. It may still be there, and I'm just grabbing the crown that's in the stencil and putting a crown at the top of each of the bird's heads using our Heavy Metals Cleopatra Gold. I took a roll of our Mendy border sticky stencil, and I just ran it down kind of the edge of the board. Just wanted to do a little mixed media to make this a little interesting. I did take some tape and blocked out some of the stencil that I did not want to be seen. And now I'm going to be using some joint compound. You could use salt wash as well. Any texture medium would work. Once applied, I slowly remove. This is very sticky, so you don't want to tear your paper. So you just want to do that slowly, and I'm going to allow that to dry. Now at this point, this is a very clean look. I'm going to add my bow and my spray back to the board. I just use hot glue. Now at this point, if you like this look, that's great, but I just want to go a step further in case you wanted to make yours a little bit more vintage. Obviously, if I continued, I would not have put the bow back on. I just wanted you to see it complete with just that clean look. If you wanted to go and make this a little bit more vintagey, you want to apply your 1 hour enamel clear, allow it to dry, and I'm taking some chocolate paint by Wise Owl. I'm watering it down. I sprayed my project a little bit with water. We have that protective coat now. And I'm just adding it all around my board. I am putting a little extra over by the joint compound. I'm going heavy around the edge. I'm going to take some baby wipes, and starting in the center, I'm going to rub back the chocolate, leaving it a little heavier on that edge. and it's kind of making my stencil blend in to the project a little bit more, and it's not so crisp there. So I did take a little of the gilding wax, and I went around the edge, and this is just going to give it that vintage shabby chic look. I went around the raised stencil a little bit. Once I allowed all this to dry, I did go back in with a little bit of white. I was a little more random with it. I wasn't doing full coverage to just pull that stencil back out. But now it's going to almost look like, I kind of wanted that vintage old lace look. That makes any, like a distressed lace. And there you go. I really hope you enjoyed this video. For other tutorials, go check us out on YouTube. You can now watch all our videos at chalkitupfancy.com. For any paint products, tissue paper transfer, or mesh stencils, chalkitupfancy.com. Thank you so much and have a great day.